Greetings everyone, and Great here. Another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on top left side as the pink Abbasid Dynasty with Valdemar1902. And notice as well, he went ahead and got his villagers inside the town center and to the far side to get them more quickly over there. On the right side as the blue Mongols, we have a foreign name. Immediately going for the Ovo. Is collecting a bit of early wood there. Not the best tree to collect from since it's not close to town center. We'll go ahead and quickly gather it up. Likely going to go for an early pasture, or maybe for an early stable. Maybe a spearman rush. Each tree does contain 150 wood, which is the same amount for a barracks, and for a pasture, and for a dock, and for a stable. A little bit more than a greer, but also for an ovo. And let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit. Abbasid Dynasty, known for having camels, as well as the Gilam man-at-arms variant. The Mongols, of course, had the Magadai and Keshiks. Magadai are most time pretty worthless, so likely we may see some Keshik play early on. There's also potential for a spearman rush. Seems like Mongols go for spearman rushes pretty often. Do not have this Khan advancing forward, trying to get some damage on these villagers. He does spot the gold deposits being collected there, and Abbasid Dynasty player is going for the military wing now, and that will be completed. They cannot be interrupted. It's not like it's going to torch down 2,000 damage to the House of Wisdom immediately. I suppose that's technically possible. Maybe not with 2 spearmen in the next minute and 15 seconds. He will spot, if he pays close enough attention, he will see the military wing going on up. That's the only one that I really have to be concerned about being employed out nice and early. You can tell by a little target dummy there, as well as it being built on this side as well. Get some good arrow fire on those spearmen. We'll put them down half health. When he gets the next age, he will of course get 2 free spearmen and a pair of archers, which will be more than plenty to deal with these spearmen. We got an outpost going up here, being protected by a spearman. He looks designed for a bit of aggression, trying to lock down this tree line. And he will have to go way over here as well. Look at this. This is basically a Bruce player's dream of tree placement. Put the high trade house there, and you probably get nearly 300 gold per minute. Spearman advances forward. He's going to bring in a lot of villagers to torch down this outpost. He needs to make sure to focus on these villagers individually so he can get some more damage there. Good peels off there. And now going to be immediately retrying for this outpost. Pulls off a lot of villagers there. Got a good amount of damage on these villagers as well. These 2 spearmen still trying to torch it down. He may want to pull these back and rotate around over here. The military wing is now completed. The small military force does take a moment to spawn out. And does get some good damage there onto the spearman, taking one out, severely wounding the other. And decides to cancel this outpost, and they want to fall back to these spearmen now. Mongol player has not started his landmark just yet. He has plenty of gold at the moment, need a bit more food. He has currently 10 villagers on the sheep, and we'll go ahead and peel off half of them. Silver tree's going up, a powerful trade landmark. Though, if you look here, these trees are in a little bit bad location. It will deny a good path over here. He's going to probably have to place a silver tree more right here to get more of a straighter path. If you pull it right there, it's going to be have a bit of a detour to get over here. So if he were to start harvesting right there, that's actually a good spot for a tree line to be collected up there. Khan's now seeing a bit of arrow fire there. Of course, the Khan may have not spotted the market just yet because of his early aggression. Spearman archers advance forward, trying to harass this gold line. He does pull back off the gold line now. He does have 334 gold collected. Keshiks are 80. There's just a speed arrow there. Golden Age tier 1 now active there, trying to torch down. He is trying to deny this stone deposit, which he is. Horsemen, while fighting unupgraded spearmen, will still probably receive a lot of damage from the spearmen. Where do those military units go? He shows them out on the field. Ah, there they are. Being chased by exotic doggo. He's now trying to secure up the stone deposit. Maybe one reason why he put the outpost there, not necessarily to harass the wood line as I was focusing on the villagers, but oversaw Forgot about the stone outcropping there as well. So the stone outcropping there he could have always tried to collect from instead. The spearmen are still not upgraded himself. Going for more and more horsemen. We got some horsemen now pushing forward. He does have a barracks here. Going for an outpost now. And the outpost will take a bit of time to be deployed out. You got now the hardened spearman research there. Horsemen will charge forward. They don't damage, and not great versus villagers. Now got a pair of Keshiks out of the field, and he does spot the trader there, which is very important. The trader he's actually starting to trade right there. He's not going to go for maxed in Simone. He's going to get what traders he can. He does get a horseman, or not horseman, villager killed off, getting some great damage there. And he does get another villager killed off there as well. Now the civilian count is even since he is starting to use traders. Does get a charge attack there, taking out that horseman. He's down to one horseman. He's not building anymore. Upon seeing these Keshiks, he may want to go for mass, what's it called, spearmen. He has these two spearmen too. Does get a good charge attack there. He may want to actually focus on the spearmen first, not the archers, because the spearmen actually pose a bigger threat to his important units. These spearmen, they're not important, the Keshiks are. We don't see out a barracks either, so taking those spearmen is much more important than the archers, in my opinion. Trying to go for our town center here. More traders being pulled out of the field, and now it's going to take time to reposition the silver tree. He has 13 villagers there, does not have a pasture. Oh, there's a pasture now. A pasture next to Oval can support the 4 villagers in food production. At least 4 unupgraded villagers, I should say. Now these cats going. Nope, they don't. Try to torch down the mining camp there. Silver trees are now being redeployed. We do have barracks being deployed on the field. We got 4 Keshiks on the field. That may be a pair of archers. It is a pair of archers. Exotic Doggo getting some bites there. Keshiks going to be very effective versus horsemen, that's for sure. Or Keshiks. Going to be very effective versus horsemen. Did I say that? I'm going a little bit crazy. We got more horsemen being plotted on field, which is not generally a good idea unless he's able to maintain his distance from these Keshiks. Fresh foodstuffs not complete. It's now going for the hardened spearman research. Very nice. Keshiks will find a double charge attack there, getting some great damage from these horsemen. These horsemen are trying to hit these villagers. He's getting the arrow slits now, getting some good damage from these horsemen. Single spearman on defense. He may want to keep just a couple around this gold deposit for the time being, since he keeps on trying to harass it. And if he keeps that secured up with some spearmen, then he's able to push forward with his Keshiks a bit more aggressively. Looks like we do have currently 3 spearmen for pink at the moment. Not killing off those 2 original spearmen, I would say, is still a bit of an issue. And now it's going to get more and more spearmen. Spearmen work better in mass numbers. They do poor in small numbers. They're also cheap enough to be made in large numbers. Does get the town center garrison a little bit there. Does fall back. If he finds a lone structure, say that mining camp around the stone deposit, he can get some good health regen. Some fall back right there. And now I do have some research being deployed out here. We've got the double broad axe as well as the iron undermesh. Very important when you're trying to dive villagers around town centers. It will make it so this town center arrows will do from 3 damage to 2 damage, reducing your damage received by 50%. Which is very important when you're trying to pick off those individual villagers, especially not you lose your Keshiks to the town center arrows. We've got economic research being researched by the Abbasid Dynasty player. Right now, military force is 21 to 20, and overall, there's definitely higher quality on the Mongols side with the Keshiks, and has a good number of archers on the field as well. Find some archers now to support out his Keshiks, and he does use a speed arrow right there, giving a bit of a speed bonus there. Keshiks does get some spearmen hit these horsemen. Archers starting to get overran. It's not looking good for Blue's archers. Does find a good engagement there, but now some of these horsemen are going down. Spearmen trying to push them forward, but there looks like hitting Blue's spearmen instead, not the Keshiks. Very important. Pink's scout was trying to go down there. Nice vision reduced. Overall, the Mongol player did lose quite a bit of force there, but so did the Abbasid Dynasty player. Still has 4 archers in reserve. Horsemen trying to advance on forward. The Khan did go down. So right now his vision radius is very small, and he's misrouted some of these traders. Yep, he must his macro. Yep, it's a C. I do the exact same thing. I use macros myself, and well, the macros popped up when he was trying to make a move order. Takes off the exotic doggo there. We do not have boot camp completed. Horsemen now moving around. They're going to try to hit the silver tree. He's trying to get these traders, and there's 4 of them right there. Make that 5 now. This is going to be a really big hit. He needs to station some spearmen now in this region, since his opponent now knows about it. Blowing out a handful of spearmen in this area can really be useful in defense. They'll keep your opponent to run around along the line, and your Keshiks can chase them down. Especially if you have your outposts up, it can help you pursue those forces that's trying to go up and down the line. Got a mill going up here, as well as an outpost. Outpost primarily for spotting, as well as trying to keep those villagers safe. You now have hack damage research by the Mongol player. Trying to get an outpost here, as well as another Greer. Right now there's 20 military units for the Mongol player. Khan's not been redeployed just yet. He has a handful of spearmen. And maybe we'll go for a relatively even mix of archers and spearmen. He needs a decent more spearmen overall. Do not have a camel archer in the field. They do bonus damage versus spearmen, as well as calls the camel an ease debuff. Never gone right as the camel archer there. At the sizable force now advancing forward. There's a couple of defensive spearmen here that looks like they're on patrol move. They could find some of these horsemen. Blue's archers just get a good engagement there. Keshik's now engaging, receiving a lot of damage from these spearmen. Archers are hitting these spearmen. Trying to overrun the Mongols' archers there with this horseman. A large number of these Keshiks are severely wounded, but as long as they stay alive, they get a good amount of health return. Pink's archers are hitting Keshiks. And it looks like Pink's front line's overall disintegrating. Now his Keshiks can overrun the rest of these forces. Goes back even to some of these wounded Keshiks there. The last spearman does go down. He can pursue the rest of these archers now. The Mongol does use his arrow, so he can't use the speed arrow to help pursue these forces. Got a couple of Keshiks not hitting these villagers as well. Very nice. Thinks he has the armor, the PS armor research. He can withstand a lot more arrow fire. Now the rest of his army is going to pursue back all to death. The camel archer just needs to abandon this force and leave the archers behind. There he goes. A little bit too late though. Camels are not the fastest unit. They got the charge attack there. Gets some great charge damage. Now the last 1 health of camel does go down there. I just got quite a bit of health regen. Thanks to that. These Keshiks are sort of been forgotten about. Does kill them off. Don't have arrow slit research. That really does help out in defending against these Keshiks. These Keshiks are pushing forward, but there's too many spearmen in this area from the advance. Keshiks and the colonies just fall back. They can take a couple hits there from those horsemen. They have good armor. They have their hack armor research, as well as the hack damage, and even pierce damage as well. He's gotten all of them. And could find some villager kills there. No, he does not. Right here, this horseman does use a speed arrow there, I believe. He needs to fall back. A lot of these Keshiks are quite wounded. They need to try to find, say, these lone outposts to get some health recuperated. Does do a charge attack there. And now going to be falling back. Good charge attack there. Falling back. These Keshiks are far too wounded to really stand and fight. He does not have any spearmen reaching. He has no spearmen deployed on the field. He has a good number of archers here. This force is starting to get split up. Now he's going to counterattack, engage these horsemen there. Does get a spear brace onto them, as well as some charge damage. Now he's trying to pursue this force there. Some spear braces there, some charges there. Now the Keshiks are not in good engagement, and they have very little health there. Blue's archers now engaging away, gain some good damage to those spearmen. Archers being pursued. Keshiks is quite wounded. He does have, of course, the Yam network here to improve this movement speed of these Keshiks. Now archers are falling back. These villagers sneak inside the tower there. Not enough room for all of them. And we'll say that villager there, the arrow fire is coming forward. And since he split up those horses and hit those villagers, he calls them to lose all those horsemen, split up the army. And now the archers are picking off these spearmen. So overall, that was a poor end of the engagement there for Pink. He got greedy, so all the villagers tried to pursue them, and it backfired big time. Right now, Blue has a larger force in the field, 30 versus 23. Nowhere near Castle Age. Nowhere near Castle Age. We got more arrows being pulled out on the field. He does have another oboe over here. He may want to get eye for some. Yeah, he's starting to go for some outposts here. Two outposts here. He's going to try to put a lot of villagers to collect up these berries. Villagers try to advance forward. Pops trying to do a tower harassment on the trade line. But Blue needs to start eyeing deploying out some more towers of this region. This gold is providing the Mongol player an immense amount of gold, as well as a bit of extra other resources. He should have at least 15 traders on the field. 28, yeah, that's at least 15. Now, I do have a phalanx being researched. That will, of course, give extra range for Pink Spearmen. Over here. Try and get some good damage over here. Keshik's trying to back on off. Does get a small charge attack there. Doesn't pick off any villagers. He does not have textiles, which I say is a bit of oversight since he is fighting against Mongols. Got these Keshiks pushing before. They do escape out of there before being pinned in the corner by those spearmen. And all of these Keshiks do go down. Blue may want to pull it off for a moment, but he's doing a good job of hitting multiple areas one. No arrow slits here, so it's need a bit more number of Keshiks because there's two towers firing arrows. No arrow slits in either of them. Got these forces advancing forward. Big spear brace there, but got good number of archers in the region. I don't think he has posting arrows yet, so he doesn't get improved 12 seconds of arrows. He's going for the faster movement speed, superior mobility. And he will abandon this tower there, get some repairs, now trying to hit some of these villagers, but he will be taken out. Doesn't get any of those villagers there, those large number are quite wounded. Keshiks getting some much needed healing there. If you don't know what to do, if your Keshiks are too idle, you can always attack your opponent's walls. Not necessarily just to destroy them, but just simply to get a bit of health back. It does add up. We got these Keshiks pushing on forward, trying to find another engagement. We got a massive patrol move. Nope. Got this Keshik trying to harass this area as well. He could just abandon the rest of these berries. There are 9 villagers there. They also probably want to get inside the towers. Does get inside the tower there, and now we've got the Cruel Tide now being researched by the Mongol player. Yes, good torch damage there. Trying to pull out some walls there. Keshik trying to charge forward. We'll find some charge attacks there on some of these villagers. Now there's a large number of these villagers now very exposed here. Spear not coming to advance. Some of these villagers have gone down. Blue's killed 14 villagers. Pink's only killed 5. And now got the Castle Age for the Mongol player. He knows we need to go through the veteran Keshik research immediately. Spearman taking a really good engagement on these Keshiks. Does get a good number of kills on villagers, however. Over here, I was not paying attention. Got these archers main sports to go veteran archer research for these archers, as well as going for the veteran Keshik research now. These archers starting to get overran. The Keshiks are being chased. What's left of them? These ones have taken out those villagers there. Got the Yam network being researched now. You can always go for the improved Yam network as well. Got some town center arrows as well. This is the primary town center, so it does have the extra arrow, the extra more powerful arrow. The experiment will be cleaned on up. Ink has a larger army in the field, 40 versus 19. The Kurultai needs to get back on over here and use his defensive position. The extra health from the defense position would help out as well. He's getting some good torch damage onto the tower there, who actually is the one being researched from the Yam network. Finds attack there. Kurultai trying to set up in this region with the outposts here with the Yam network research. There should be a great amount of mobility in this region, as well as the outpost provides some good spotting. The Kurultai will get some much needed health regen on these forces. He may want to pull it back and regroup. Right now he does not have the greatest military force, but sometimes it's pretty hard to tell that. We got a line of towers being fought out everywhere. Got a good spear brace there. He does have a good number of Keshiks here to engage these force. He does not have enough money, nowhere near enough to go to the next age. At this point in time, more archers would be good. Mangonels could be a good possibility as well. He can, of course, get some improved siege engineers. He can deploy them on the field with his archers. The Kurultai is now advancing forward with his force. Where is the Khan's down? Now the tower over here. Trying to quickly try and torch it down. The Kurultai is advancing forward towards the wall. Putting it right there could be a good spot for it. Keshiks getting some good health regen there. We'll get a bit of trade bounty there, raid bounty. He does not have any of these others research right there. He's starting to engage. Archers trying to engage as well. Of course, we got quality over quantity. And some great health regen there, and the extra damage from these archers will give them improved their bonus damage as well, doing 21 damage per strike. But of course, got boot camp over here to improve the health by 14. The probably large to negate each other out. Outposts trying to go on up. We're trying to hold the line. The military force is quite even still. Archers are getting some great damage there. They are doing just slightly less enough damage to pick them off and one less arrow volley. Outposts are to go on up. You want to get those villages immediately on the inside. But it looks like the archers will kill off all these spearmen time now. Got some good spotting here. They take a bit of time to take out the Kurultai. He's going for forward siege workshop. Battering rams or mangonels right here would be both good. Probably mangonels would be generally better. Remember, mangonels do decent versus structures, so you don't need the sole anti-structure damage of the battering rams. You can go for mangonels to hit everything. Horsemen have to charge forward now. It won't be a great engagement with horsemen. These veteran archers do have 11 damage near the Kurultai, so they will do actual serious damage to the horsemen. Additionally, the Kurultai can improve the damage output of siege weapons as well, including the mangonel. He is going for the mangonel. Right now, maybe a good time to try to go for the raid bounty research. Keshiks push way forward. Man at Arms can pose a massive threat to Pink right now. He has no reasonable counter to Castle Age Man at Arms. They have good armor, and he has no direct counter. In fact, he has no real soft counter to them either, other than the Camel Archer, which is something he is probably a little bit too expensive at this moment in time. Does use the arrow right there. First Mangonel not pull on a field. Since he does not have improved for the raid bounties, he will only get 50 resources per set of blades of these structures, but arms that don't have much durability, easy to raid down. Do not have the improved whistling arrow there, improving the effect of the arrows from 5 seconds to a staggering 12 seconds. Though he just recently used it, so it'll be a bit of time before it's off cooldown. We got some spring golem places going up. He's going for some forward barracks, going for some forward man at arms would be very, very good. And there's only 2 structures here now, or 2 landmarks here you have to destroy, and that's only what, 1,200 health at the moment. So the primary towns that has a little extra health, so that's 1,400 health, 14,000 health. Traction Trebuchet could be very useful. Batterings could be very useful. Traction Trebuchet probably can be within the radius of the Kurultai quite easily, so a Traction Trebuchet or 2 wouldn't hurt. Going for more Mangonels, which also doesn't hurt. And it will hurt his opponent a lot. And Pink, he's almost at the next age. It'll take a bit of time to get it researched. Going for a massive line of outposts here, including mostly just arrows. So like it's going a bit cheap. Let's get raid bounty there. A little bit late for that. Good hit there on these spearmen. Does use the arrow there, which that means 12 seconds of arrows. Extra arrows are significant. Maganel getting overran. Get the arrow still activated. You know, the arrow has dissipated there. These arrows just provide a massive amount of damage fire output because that. Carltai's now repacking them up. That's a good number. And there we go. Pink does surrender now. This Anagrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay.